All tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Not today.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Nothing too fancy there, a simple toss left, but for whatever reason, the defense, they didn't seem ready for it.
Let me continue on with your thought right there, because after the play was over, I kept my eyes on the defenders. Watch them get off the ground, going back to the huddle, shaking their heads and kind of pointing to each other like, what just happened there? I think you were onto something.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check safety, check safety. Go down, 4 down, 4 down.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's got his man here. It's Gary Jennings Jr.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Penny, a first down carry. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They keep it with Penny on first down. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 2nd and 2, Wilson, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Bobby McCain, and to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 30, 36.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
55 is my guy, 55.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. The open man is Smith. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
55. Watch the run. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
On first down, Freeman. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually, you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter, it's a good running back dive play.
On 3rd down, Haskins. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Complete. Smith has it. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Complete to Traquan Smith. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 45.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Haskins back to the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Then he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
47 Mike, 47. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The 20. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Outside, guys, outside. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Wilson, dancing to his left. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Gary Jennings, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Pass complete to Gary Jennings. Touchdown, Seattle. Jason Myers for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is.
Saints, nothing. Jason Myers to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Here we go. Tight right. Check four, check four.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins is going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. To throw on 3rd down. Haskins, he's got Jake Butt as tight end. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to... the 35.
Let's go.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Saints, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Let's go. To Pittsburgh. 5-5. Let's go. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Haskins now off the bootleg. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Let's go. Switch, switch, switch.
Play action. It's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Got it. My God, 55. Cut, cut, cut. Shit.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Switch, switch, switch.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Let's go, Heavy. Let me know what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. Jim. Jim.
Here's Haskins to throw. He's got Smith here. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's Haskins. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
That's good for the Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it off to Freeman. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
At the 30-yard line.
Mike 55.
Throwing again, here's Haskins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. So he actually goes back about 9 yards on the return, but the interception is clean, and they have the pigskin, and they take over.
At the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Alert 3. Safe.
They'll try the right side here with Penny. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Block that. Slam. Check.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm coming. Out. Alert. One left.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check. 47. All right.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Double up. He's coming, double up.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Hey guys, listen. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Check.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Check.
Again, Wilson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
We play to win. Let's
The Saints
go.
take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Let's go, D. Mike, 55.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Haskins on 1st down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check 55 to Mike.
I'm coming up.
Final play of the half, it's Haskins.
Check it back.
He's got Freeman here, it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
I smell fear in that offense.
Now it's Penny running right. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They go play action with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He's got a man complete. A gain there of 30 big ones. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
They'll toss it to Penny. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Mike's 47. I got one.
Alert. Run left.
Motion out of the backfield.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
Check, 47. Watch the pass. You go tight. You got tight right there.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Haskins will throw. That's complete to Jake Butt. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
Now Rashad Penny. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
We got double up.
From the 38, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Mike's 47.
Here's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
57's Mike. Mike, come on. I got it.
Now Haskins to throw on second down. It's caught. Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
That's good for the Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Freeman.
Last stop.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Ready. 57's Mike.
Hey, watch the delay.
Watch that. Off.
On second down now, it's Freeman. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
57.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. It's a give to Freeman running right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Now Haskins to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Freeman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On second down, here's Haskins. And this one complete to Smith. And down inside the 15 he goes. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They run, Devontae Freeman. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They go play action now. Haskins, he goes underneath to Freeman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're going on fourth down. Haskins. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devontae Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Will Lutz on for the point after. And that makes it 23-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check, crunch, crunch. 6-6, pull it high.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
Lead dribble.
They'll run with Penny. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Switch.
Looking to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They go play action now. Wilson. That's caught by Jennings. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, a give to Penny. About 3 yards there to the 27. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. left to throw here. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now Myers for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
Makes the score Seahawks 30, Saints 7. Jason Myers to kick off for.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards, good for a Saints first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a play fake here on first down. Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Looking to throw, Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40.
57 is the Mike. Mark 57. Here we go. 57. Mike,
at the 40-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again on second and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Now Haskins, third and long. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Mike 29.
No gain on this defense. No gain.
They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
First down and goal to go.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good side, baby. That's baby side.
Check, check, huh?
Now Haskins on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal from the 10-yard line.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Second and 10. Here's Haskins again. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? On third and goal, Haskins. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Traquan Smith. Incomplete. Brings up fourth down and goal.
And here just playing for pride at this point. Down big, but they'll go for it on fourth and goal.
Mark 55, Mark 55. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
One final shot for Haskins. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.